Test prep as we know it is broken, and it's nobody's fault really, but it turns out that kids are so busy that the idea of meeting with people one-on-one 2 or 3 times a week to support students just isn't really cutting it anymore. Kids are way too busy to meet 3 times a week and make their schedules just line up perfectly every week. So that approach isn't working anymore, nor is the online courses approach working anymore, where kids sort of sit back and relax. This probably never worked. We all wanted it to work, but young people, it turns out, need interaction and support above and beyond a recorded video. So we're launching a program that takes the best parts of one-on-one and adds layers of support on top of it. And this program is called the Mastery Program. What we're going to do is every single day after school, SAT Lab is open for students. And what this means is there's going to be 2 hours of math instruction and support, 2 hours of reading and writing instruction and support. And in those meetings, no more than 5 students at a time will be in a Zoom room with my team, a couple of really, really bright tutors, one who's specializing in mathematics, the other in reading and writing. And I can tell you more about them later. But the point is that these 4 hours a day, you're going to have access to incredible support on your time, right? So if you have other things going on after school and you can only jump on for 10 minutes or 20 minutes, you can get your questions answered, you can get the support that you need, and you can always go back and watch these classes later for extra help. That is going to be a game changer for so many kids watching this video. So SAT Lab plus one-on-one meetings on the weekend, I think, is the sweet spot for the best preparation you need. Really what happens on the SAT when people are preparing for this thing is they learn something in a meeting and then they don't apply it soon enough, and there's enough other concepts going on that they learn something, they take down a note, and they don't think about it again until the next practice test. You know, some other assignment comes up and they just don't have time to cover the material that they feel like they've already mastered in a previous meeting. Consistency is key. And for anyone who's ever, aim to be an excellent athlete or try to learn a new language or learn an instrument, you know that if you just worked for like 10 minutes every single day, then you would get better. So this program is designed for exactly that. You can jump on for 10 minutes in any spot in the 4-hour session and you can learn what's going on. You can get a little bit better during the day. And then, of course, the one-on-one thing still applies. You're still going to be working with a tutor one-on-one on the weekend. I think there's absolutely no substitute for one-on-one support. So what we've done here is combine the idea of like small group learning with one-on-one support in a very meaningful way. And of course, in 2026, it makes no sense to be working without the benefit of technology. So we have 2 technology pieces that are absolute game changers. Number one, we have an AI system to develop the best questions aside from the SAT's original questions that we think that you can get your hands on anywhere on the internet. Basically, test design is an art form, and most of the companies that are engaged in writing replica questions with AI or without are missing the mark for the hardest working, smartest kids. If you've looked at a Princeton Review book or a Kaplan book, you know this is the case. If you're a tutor, you know this is the case when you go looking for materials. So what we're doing is I have 20 years of experience looking at this material, and we're developing questions with all of that knowledge. I'm using the AI systems to create like a base level question based on another SAT question. And then I'm going in and I'm dialing up the difficulty in all the particular ways that test questions do on the real test. So the result is, in the app that we have, which delivers questions according to difficulty level and according to sort of a very granular level of subcategory, we're developing all these questions that support you as you're working on the SAT. You're still going to use the real practice test. You're going to use all of those materials, but you're also going to have access to the best supplementary materials on the internet. The other thing we're doing is we developed an AI system where if you need a quick question answered, maybe it's outside of SAT Lab hours, the 4 hours a day where you get support from live tutors, or maybe you just have one quick question while you're in the middle of your assignment. We have an AI system that I've developed that you can chat with that's trained on 10,000 hours of my tutoring. It's designed to answer questions exactly as I would based on all those hours of me in one-on-one meetings talking to students. So those tech pieces plus the live support one-on-one and in groups, I think amounts to the greatest preparation you can have at any price point. And it's going to be way, way more affordable than students who were working with me 2-3 hours a week before. So if this program sounds like the kind of thing that's going to help you get where you're trying to go, then join us. Join the first group of the SAT Master Series, and let's get started.